SafeGo.com. Do more. Well, the humidity developed into some big rain about a half hour ago. We're indoors in Minute Maid Park. Here's your pitching matchup. Wade LeBlanc trying to beat the Astros for the first time this season and in his career. Charlie Morton has been stellar this year for Houston.
He has been dominating this year for Houston. He's faced the Mariners a couple of times. He's 2-0 with a 1.38 ERA against Seattle. Dominating fastball at 96 miles an hour, but his curveball is his best pitch. Opponent's hitting just 136 against his curveball. Look for the Mariners to be aggressive on the fastball early.
And Wade LeBlanc, he pitched well enough to get a win last time out. Let's see how he does against the Astros. Faced them 2 times this year and has yet to come up with a victory.
Yeah, he's had a tough time against Houston, and I think for him he's going to have to try to keep the ball on the ground a little bit more. He's a fly ball pitcher, but I think his changeup will be an excellent pitch for him. Look for him to use his cutter a lot pitching inside.
Well, there's your setup as Guillermo Heredia stretching it out. He'll be in center field here today. We got the Mariners and the Astros. First pitch, straight ahead.
Struck him out. Back out to left field. There it goes. There goes deep. He slides in. He's safe.
Mariner fans making a trip down here to Houston, Game 3, and hoping to see the Mariners go up 3-0 in this series against the defending world champion Astros. As we welcome you to Minute Maid Park, home of the Astros. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Roots Sports Crew. Mariner baseball on TV today. Let's take a look at Charlie Morton taking the field here along with the Astros. Morton, 34 years old, out of Flemington, New Jersey. Man, as he turned his career around after some rocky years in Pittsburgh, he's been a dominant pitcher with the Astros. Here's a look at the Mariner batting order for tonight's game.
Mariners lineup brought to you by Jack in the Box. Leading off, it'll be Mitch Haniger. Mitch Haniger in the leadoff spot. This will be his 3rd game. He is 6 for 9 with 4 doubles and a home run. Denard Span hitting second. He was 2 for 4 last night with an RBI and a run scored. Nelson Cruz, the DH, hitting cleanup, 2 for 4. A couple of doubles last night, and he drove in 2 runs. For Charlie Morton on the year, a 2.81 ERA. And 131 and a 30, has 167 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just 204 against him. He has given up 14 home runs. And the defense, seen Tony Kemp in right. We've seen him in left. Well, he's going to get the start in center field tonight. Carlos Correa at shortstop, just returned from the DL last night, so this will be his 2nd game back. Max Stassi getting his first start. He will do the catching. Or Charlie Morton. See what he did against the Giants in his last outing. 7 innings, just 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks. He had 8 strikeouts through 97 pitches. His average fastball, 96 miles an hour, one of the best curveballs in the game. We'll also mix in a cutter and a changeup.
Charlie Morton going after the Mariners again, 2-0 with a 1.38 ERA and 2 starts. He's going up against a very hot hitter, Mitch Haniger. 6 for 9 in this series, 4 of those hits doubles. Here we go. Ball 1 to Mitch, and we're underway. Joe West has balls and strikes. Mark Ripperger at first, Nick Lentz at second, Doug Eddings at third.
See the numbers for Mitch in this series over his last 11 games, hitting .368.
3 defenders left side of the infield. Inside from Morton. .83 degrees outside here of Minute Maid Park. Had some rainstorms earlier. Morton behind 3-0. There's a strike. Haniger .362 on base percentage, and that number's been going up. Third consecutive game he's leading off.
Good running fastball, 95. Started on the inside corner, running it in off the plate.
Really good year for Mitch, making the All-Star team. Leads the American League in assists, 10 of them. Outside, he's aboard.
Charlie Morton making his first All-Star team this year.
Charlie Morton racked up some bona fides last year, closing out the LCS and the World Series. Some fine performances. But a good combination having Denard Span batting second, right behind Haniger the last couple of nights. 56 games with the Mariners, hitting at .308, 5 homers and 25 runs batted in. Mitch was 2 for 4 last night. So was Span. Strike 1.
And Scott Zervis switched up the lineup. Span hitting second in this series. In the series, he has 5 hits, including a home run. So a triple. Been on base 6 times, mixed in a walk with all of that.
Haniger back safely. Mitch 7 out of 9 in base stealing. Astros have had their problems here at home against the American League West. 8 out of their 8-15 have lost 8 of the last 9 against division opponents at home. Flip side, they've got best record 41-18 on the road. That's overall. Pitch. So 1-1 to Span. Doing a number against Astro pitching. 529 clip, 9 for 17, 2 triples, 2 homers. Bregman, the lone defender, left side of the infield. Haniger, decent lead. Drops in a breaking ball.
That is the pitch that you do not want to have to deal with, is his curveball. Opponent's hitting 136 against his curveball. Going to try to be aggressive on his fastball early in counts if they can, and it's easier said than done. He has a plus fastball at 96. He'll hit 98, 99 at times with some run to it.
Inside.
Velocity is there, but his command on the fastball has not been yet.
First night, Mariners beat Verlander. They beat Garrett Cole last night. Look at Charlie Morton. He's the American League percentage leader, 857. 35.7% of his wins as he strikes out Span. 1 down. Bring up Gene Segura. Good to have him back. Got hit on the hand last night. Good to go.
And it looks like Max Stassi has a broken webbing in his glove, so he's going to make a quick change. The last pitch to Denard. Great curveball. Throw a couple of different curveballs up there. He has a 12-6 curveball and another one that sweeps a little bit more.
There's George Springer at the bottom of your picture there. He's on the DL.
It's like A.J. Hinch, the manager, is going to fix that catcher's glove. He knows something about that, the former catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the ball to me. No, you fucking
We're
don't.
talking about
No.
problems with the American League West. How about these home numbers for Charlie Morton? Last 5 games, ERA big, opponent's batting average considerable upgrade, and the fastball average, they've been jumping all over it.
Well, I think that is exactly what the plan is going to be for the Mariners tonight. Try to get to the fastball early, because once he gets ahead of you, he is going to go to work with the curveball. We've already seen that. I spoke to Edgar about it today, and he said that the key to it is you have to be able to put the fastball in play. And again, easier said than done when you look at the velocity and the movement on his fastball, but it's a better bargain than that curveball.
Inside to Segura. Gene's 7th in hitting at 306 in the American League. 5th in multi-hit games, tied for 3rd in hits with 137. Rosario of Minnesota. Outside ball, Bregman. There's the Gurriel, throws across, they get the double play. That'll do it for the Mariners in the first. Wade LeBlanc will take the mound against the 3rd best hitting team in the American League, Astros, when we come back. West opponents, Texas, Houston, coming up the Athletics. We welcome you back to Minute Maid Park. Let's take a look at the Astros batting order that will face Wade LeBlanc.
Tony Kemp is going to lead things off, and he has really played well for Houston, hitting .301 overall. Evan Gattis, the DH cleanup hitter, has 21 home runs on the year. Max Stassi, again, his first start, he will round out the 9 for Houston. For Wade LeBlanc, 6-2 record, a 3.81 ERA. Opponent's hitting .248 against Wade.
Strike 1 to Tony Kemp, 1 for 3 with an RBI last night.
Different styles when you look at these two pitchers. For Wade LeBlanc, his average fastball 86 miles an hour. Cutter, changeup, occasional curve, and slider.
In terms of velocity, back-to-back nights of contrasting styles. I mean, Leak, you know, he's going to bend
Mike,
it,
by the way, was really good last night.
Yes, he was.
Went 6 innings, just 2 earned runs.
8 hits, a walk, 4 Ks, 97 pitches. But back-to-back nights, similar styles. Wade may throw a little bit harder. Would you agree?
Their overall fastball velocity, I think Mike probably has him by a little bit. His average is 86. Mike's last night coming into the game was at 89. But I think the thing that Leake did really well was he pitched down in the zone, had a good two-seam fastball. I was talking to Scott Service about it today, and he said that was a real key for him. And I think for Wade, that's a bigger challenge because, as we know, he is a fly ball pitcher. So he's going to have to change things up. Occasionally when he gets behind in the count, he can get back into the count with his curveball, but primarily he wants to go with his cutter and his changeup.
10 days ago, got roughed up by Houston in Seattle. 4 1/3, 10 hits, 7 runs, all earned. 3 strikeouts, gave up 3 home runs. Center field backing up Heredia. He's got room.
And for the defense, as you can see, Guillermo Heredia getting the start out in center field. So Maben the night off. Segura and Gordon playing up the middle. Chris Herman will do the catching. Mike Zunino getting the night off. I'm sure he'll be back out there for the day game tomorrow.
So Wade, a couple of difficult outings as Bregman steps in. Previous time, June 6th, here in Houston. Wade went 4 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. All earned and a loss. He's got Bregman here, hitting at 278. StatCast AI powered by AWS. Bregman 2 for 4 with an RBI last night.
Curious to see. Yeah, I'm curious to see how Wade will go about his business. This is the 5th time that he's facing Houston. The first 2 was out of the bullpen. This is his 3rd start. Dave mentioned those starts didn't go particularly well. So he's going to have to make some adjustments, and my guess is he will pitch inside quite a bit more today just to try to open up the outer half for his changeup.
Dangerous hitter here in Bregman. 2nd in the league in doubles to Lindor. Bregman with 37 doubles, 2 behind Lindor. 5th in walks.
And that last pitch was the changeup off the outside corner. Yeah, another fastball, inner half of the plate.
So 3-2. To Alex Bregman with Carlos Correa on deck. Mariners won 5-2 last night. Night before 8-6. A walk to Bregman.
And he missed with the cutter. Because he will throw his fastball and cutter often. His fastball on average is 86. He might touch 87. And his cut fastball is going to be 83, 84. A little bit of separation as far as velocity goes.
Seeing a guy with this velocity and not too dissimilar from Leake as a hitter back-to-back nights. You're in the Houston dugout. What's your prep?
Well, I think that the biggest difference is so, for example, for Correa, one of the things that Mike did so well with him is he was able to use his cutter and his slider to take the ball running off the outside corner away from him. For Wade, the only way that he's going to be able to do that is with his changeup, because he can turn it over to get the ball running away. But I think he can also use his cutter off the plate away and try to catch the outside corner. We see Marco Gonzalez doing that from time to time. But really, the most important part for him is you have to pitch inside, because as right-handed hitters, when you're going to face somebody like Wade, you're going to hang out over the plate and make him prove that he's going to pitch inside because of his changeup. It's so good you have to look for it. And on the other side is this ballpark. The Crawford box is in left field. That's where these guys are going to try to hit the fly ball. To keep them honest, you have to pitch inside.
He's got Correa 0-2. Correa 0 for 3 last night.
And that's why you would think, well, if you don't want them to hit the ball, let's just pitch them away, away, away. But that does not work at this level, because they will start to cheat and get out over the plate and hurt you that way. And that's the reason why Mike last night had a really good two-seam fastball, was able to pitch inside with it. A lot of ground ball outs. That's the cutter right there. That pitch right there. If he can throw the pitch right where that last one was and get the call, Joe West, home plate umpire, that will be critical for him. This pitch is going to start off the plate away. Chris Herman, the catcher today, and he catches it, frames it right on the corner. Excellent job. Borderline pitch, but he gets the call.
Second out. Now he's got to face Evan Gattis, who's 6 for 11 against Wade. 3 of the 6 hits are home runs.
And Gattis is the type of hitter I was talking about as far as leaning out over the plate.
Strike one. There's Gattis with that unique swinging his left arm after the pitch goes by.
I think he just started that this year. I didn't notice it last year.
I noticed it last time when they were at our place.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck? I was on radio. I was like, what the heck is that? Timing mechanism or something.
That is an excellent pitch. So he starts him away with a good fastball in the outside corner, and that was the cutter in off the plate. And Gaddis is one of those guys that will just hang out over the plate. You can see how close he is, and that jams him up. That is in on his hands.
Wade has the advantage 0-2. Chris Hermit getting the start behind the plate.
And we have the lefty Keuchel going tomorrow, so it makes sense. Mike Zunino will get the start for the day game.
Just played in Tuesday's game. Went 2 for 4. The Texas 11-4 win. There's Dallas Keuchel. Great fielder in addition to being a fine pitcher outside. Two out here in the home first with Bregman at first base. 21 homers, 67 runs batted in for Gaddis.
Wade right now still trying to get a feel for his changeup. He's bounced one up there, a number of them off the plate away. He's being very careful with it. Probably a good idea here early. Work his way from the plate, off the plate to back onto the corner as opposed to letting that pitch go in the middle of the plate.
Three-two pitch. Bregman runs and the ball hit to right field. Haniger just backs up a little bit. Easy play. Inning over. The runner stranded in the first. Nelson Cruz will lead off in the second inning for the Mariners. Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Country Financial, when it comes to planning for your future, start with simple steps today at countryfinancial.com. Minute Maid Park opened in the year 2000. No scores. We go second inning. Nelson Cruz leads off. Breaking ball from Charlie Morton. Ball one. Nelly 4 for 20 against Morton, coming off a 2 for 4 performance last night. Two really big eighth inning RBIs for him. How do you figure Charlie Morton, Mike, 7 years in Pittsburgh, he's 41-62 with a 4.39. Bounced there, he was in Philly for a little bit, comes here to Houston. And he's 26-9 with a 3.24 and 47 starts a couple of years in a year and change.
Well, something that Charlie has talked about is when he was in Pittsburgh, he was throwing more two-seamers, trying to get the ball on the ground, locate, that type of thing. You mentioned the numbers, they weren't going particularly well. So then he decided that he was just going to start turning it loose, get back to throwing his power curveball as opposed to a sinker slider power curveball with the good fastball. And because of his fastball and him using it more often, his velocity has gone up. And that's something that here in Houston we're well aware of. Outside of Keuchel, that's what they're looking for. And we've seen a lot of it over the first 3 days.
Brett Strom, the pitching coach. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Strikeout.
You see how good that curveball is. But I think it's one of those things, too, Dave, when we see it from time to time when guys go out to the bullpen, all of a sudden their velocity will jump up. That's the side-to-side curveball. He also has a 12-6 curveball. When you look at Edwin Diaz, Altavilla, those guys that were starting in AA, all of a sudden, this is what we want you guys to go to the bullpen, air it out for an inning. All of a sudden, the velocity jumps up. And I think for Charlie, that's kind of what has happened for him.
Well, Mariner fans hearing you say that would hope that would be the case for Felix Hernandez. We might see him in his first relief appearance today or tomorrow. It would be starting an inning. Scott said he's not bringing him in. A couple of men aboard, got to get an out, one of those kind of situations.
Well, that, and because he's done nothing but start in his career, I think you might have to give him a little more time to get ready and know that he's going to start an inning as opposed to having all that traffic and get loose quickly.
Seager 0 for 4 in last night's game. Did drive in a run. An RBI ground out in the 8th. He's had his problems with Charlie Morton, just 1 for 13. This air-conditioned comfort of Minute Maid Park beats the heck out of Globe Life in 95, 98, 101 temperatures. Talking to Cameron Maben, who's getting a day off today. He said he was gassed about midway late second game in Texas. Kyle Seager talked about how relieved he is as well. Bouncing ball right to the first baseman White. So 2 outs here in the second. Talking about Felix Hernandez moving to the bullpen. The great Jim Cott. I don't know Felix Hernandez, but I've been in his situation a few times. Felix treated as an opportunity to improve, not as a demotion. It worked out that way for me every time it happened, and that's from a man who won close to 290 ball games. And should be in the Hall of Fame, not only for those wins, but also for his broadcasting over the years. I had the pleasure of working with him for one game right before the '94 strike, and it was a pleasure.
Good man. A lot of Gold Gloves, too. How many Gold Gloves did he have?
16 or 17.
Yeah, just something like that. I agree with you. He should be in the Hall of Fame.
I liked his approach, and Jimmy went through all kinds of changes in his career and lasted a long time. Herman fights it off. 16 Gold Gloves for Jim Cott. And a guy that's an ambidextrous golfer and shoots his age.
I knew that he would shoot his age. I didn't know that he could swing the golf club from both sides. That's impressive.
Oh, 2 strikes here. Just inside.
Pretty good take on a really good curveball that didn't miss by much.
Shift on against Sermon pitch. Breaking ball. Full count. Ryan Healy's on deck if Herman can keep it alive here. Herman 0 for 3 against Morton. And he was rung up by Joe West. Good pitch by Morton. 3rd strikeout. 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the second here in Houston. up this series tomorrow. 0-0 as we go bottom 2 here. And coming up tomorrow, it'll be Erasmo Ramirez getting the start against Dallas Keuchel. Ramirez, there's 2 games so far this year. Losses at Texas and at Cleveland. Marwin Gonzalez, 3 for 4 in yesterday's game.
It's a good first inning for Wade LeBlanc. Did have the 1 walk, but he was trying to pitch on the edges of the plate, was able to do that, started to find his changeup. Pretty good cut fastball, pitched in just enough.
Bounce foul.
That's a quality changeup.
Marwin Gonzalez, a thorn in the side of Wade LeBlanc back on August 1st. A couple home runs, one to left and one to left center field. His first 2 times up. That was back at Safeco Field. Astros won at 8-3. Wade's got him here 0-2. Struck him out. Second K for Wade, 1 down here in the second inning.
And again, I think this is the cutter set up on the outside corner. A little bit of run to it, gets it right back on the corner. Starts it off the plate, throws it by him at 84 miles an hour.
I'll bring up Yuli Gurriel. He's at second base today. Played at first base yesterday. Bounce foul between Kyle Seager and Gary Pettis.
First curveball from Wade. Able to throw it for a strike right at the bottom of the zone.
LeBlanc 6 for 6 in first pitch strikes.
Certainly make things easier on yourself if you're working ahead. Able to do that. We saw a lot of that from Mike Leake last night.
Two and one. Got the corner that he was looking for. 2-2. Man in on his fist, popped it up. Don't forget Robbie Cano rejoins the ball club on Tuesday in Oakland. Grand slam last night for Cano. Be at third base tonight. Through the hole, base hit.
That's a base hit on the ground. A pretty good changeup.
Back by popular demand. Sing-along fireworks night. It's presented by T-Mobile. Friday, the Mariners take on the Dodgers. And then after the game, sing along to karaoke classics like Living on a Prayer and Don't Stop Believing. Visit Mariners.com for tickets. There's Josh Reddick. He's in right field. Tight, ball 1. Reddick 5 for 10 with a homer against Wade. Wade's last victory beat the White Sox on July 20th, going 7 1/3, 4 hits and run, and struck out 10. Got a play. Legends weekend here in Houston. They had about 30 guys here. Some of the names that jump out at you: Carlos Beltran, J.R. Richard, Enos Cabell, Phil Garner, Jeff Bagwell, Craig Biggio. Jose Cruz was here.
Yeah, Shane Reynolds.
There's a strike. 1-2.
He has a really good feel for his cut fastball right now. That was right on the outside corner.
One-two pitch with the infield pulled around to the right side. Hit hard down the line. Fair ball. Gurriel. And then an automatic double down there as Gurriel steams into third. So second and third, one out, and Tyler White's going to be the hitter.
This is on the changeup. 78 ends up in the middle of the plate, right at the knees, and able to keep it fair as it bounces up into the stands.
Second inning trouble here. White 1 for 4 last night.
Mariners infield playing back with one out.
White touched up Diaz for a home run 9th inning on Thursday. Strike one. White at .279 with 5 homers, 9 runs batted in. Wade ahead on 2.
Going to talk about the next sequence of pitches to White now that he's ahead of him 0-2. Mel Stottlemyre looking on.
Going to see the Astros again a week from Monday back home in Seattle. Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon. And our final trip down here will be September 17, 18, 19.
Good pitch. Just off the outside corner. 0-2. Typically Wade will not make a mistake, give him anything too good to hit. Probably going to stay out of the strike zone. The next pitch, maybe 2.
Oh, 2 pitch here to White. Couple of men aboard. Time granted.
Last 2 pitches have been a changeup and the cutter, both off the plate away. Might try to bust him inside. All 3 pitches have been away. EQC tracer. Or go further off the plate. See what he likes.
The 0-2 pitch outside.
Further off the plate. Another changeup.
First major threat of this ball game. Pitch hit the other way, past the diving Gordon. That'll get 2. Astros on the board. Tyler White on that battle picks up a couple of RBIs. He's got 11. Astros lead it 2-0.
And it's going to be a fastball just off the outside corner. Pretty good hitting by White to go the other way with it. D trying to dive and keep it on the infield.
Bottom of the order, touching up Wade here. This will be Max Stassi, the catcher, 245. 8 homers, 27 runs batted in. Strike one. Curveball. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk thus far.
Starting to work on his pitch count too. Next pitch will be 40.
Yeah, through 20 in the first inning.
Good cutter inside.
Ninth game for Wade career against Houston. His 5th start overall. 3rd start this season. First 2 games 0-1, a 7.29 ERA as a starter. Man, holding on is Herman. There's a strikeout, his 3rd, 2 down here in the 2nd. Top of the order. Get back to Tony Kemp. Kemp has been impressive swinging the bat. 1 for 3 last night, 3 for 4 the night before. Strike one to Tony. Good outfielder. He's made some catches. He's in center field tonight. Made a great one in right field. He's made a couple in left. Good block there by Herman. 1-1. '73-44 record for the Astros. Up 4.5 on the A's. 6 on the Mariners in the West. Good rip at it.
Good fastball. Top of the strike zone. It's been the tops for his fastball so far, 86 miles an hour.
25th pitch of the inning coming up. Off the fist popped up.
You can see Kemp shaking his hand, jammed him with an 85-mile-an-hour fastball in off the plate.
Wade trying to get out of this thing here. Keep the damage to just 2 runs. 1-2 pitch. This pretty well. Haniger, can he get to it? He does. All-star right fielder Mitch Haniger prevents further damage as the Astros get 2, leave 1 on. It's 2-0 Houston. We're in Houston. I want to tell you about Saturday, August 18th. Mariners take on the Dodgers at 7:10. First 15,000 fans are going to get a Mariners t-shirt courtesy of Sawto. Get tickets to one of the premier weekend series of the summer by heading to mariners.com. Dodgers in a virtual tie with Arizona in the NL West. Here's Ryan Healy. Going to get 230, 21 homers, and 56 runs batted in. Breaking ball. Ball two. The tracer headed.
I think Joe West missed it.
Yeah.
The 2-0 count. See if Ryan can get a fastball.
Chop foul.
Down and away.
Tough road trip. Difficult road trip for him. 2 for 20.
I was talking to Edgar Martinez about him today, and Edgar said what we were talking about last night, just kind of in between. A little bit late on the fastball, out in front on the breaking ball away from him. So they've been working on that.
3 defenders left side for him. Outfield tilted to the right. Hammered down the line. Fair ball down into the corner. Well, he needed that. Ryan Healy, leadoff double for the Mariners.
It's great when you recognize what the problem or the issue may be and you start to work on it. And today what they did with Ryan, talking to him about being in between, was one, get committed to the fastball, and they did some early work in the cages. And what they did was they brought the screen up really close and had Brocious throwing the ball to him to simulate a better fastball, if you will, just to get his timing back on the fastball, knowing that Morton is going to be in the upper 90s, and he was on that fastball, driving it down in the corner. So recognizing what the problem is and working on it, and they've been working on it for a few days now, but today they tried that drill, and hopefully that gets him hot again.
12th double for Ryan Healy. That bunt attempt by D. Gordon popped up. So Ryan came in 2 for 20, gets a base hit. D. Gordon, he comes into tonight's game, same 2 for 20 on the road trip. See if he can get on track.
Bregman well in on the grass at third. We've seen that throughout this series.
He's slightly beyond Little League depth, right?
Just about.
Dio for 3, scored a run in last night's game. Foul ball. He's played a very good second base for the Mariners. Robbie Cano on his way back. Time in the minor leagues, playing some first, playing some third, DHing. No advance by Healy. D trying to, as you mentioned earlier, try to get back on track like Healy. He's pursuing the same thing. D hit 323 in the month of July. August, different story. 3 for 35. That's a 097, so nowhere to go but up. That's a good month. 309 in April, 291 in May.
He was one of the few that was hitting in July.
You betcha. That offense, batting average cratered in July.
Fans wanted that last curveball called a strike, but it was well off the plate away.
Fouled off. D trying to get something done against Charlie Morton, who struck out 3, walked 1. First hit of the ball game. Healy the double, put it in play, moves the runner up. Oh, he just got nipped there. Moves the runner up. We get a lot of attaboys in the dugout. Cheer on the team, then round your way to home with a Sound Transit Day Pass. Learn more at soundtransit.org. Good job by D. Here's Guillermo Heredia. Hitting .227, 4 homers, 14 runs batted in.
Houston infield is halfway. That's a good fastball. 95 right in the middle of the plate.
These boys can bring some heat. That's last 3: Verlander, Cole, Morton. Keuchel, a little more of a finesse guy. McCullers, as you know, he's got the multitude of killer curveballs. And on the line, handled by Gurriel.
Well, McCullers on the disabled list now. Elbow discomfort. But you're right, as far as the first 3 starters that they've seen in this series, they're all 95 plus, and they all have plus breaking ball. Guillermo, a little inside out swing on a fastball. Right at the second baseman. No problem for Gurriel.
Mariners' hottest hitter at the plate, Mitch Haniger. 10 hits on this road trip. He walked his first time up. On the road, he 10 for 21, 4 runs, 5 doubles, a homer, 6 runs batted in.
And that's probably why he started him off with a curveball and a good one at the bottom of the zone.
Haley at third. He led off with a double. They're trying to get him home. Correa, the shortstop, got his heels on the grass, shortstop position.
Rare changeup.
2-1. The count will go to 3-1 for Haniger. Denard Span is on deck. After pitch outside, this is Gurriel. Throws him out. With Gurriel recorded a part of all 3 outs here in the Mariners' third. Trail here in the third. A reminder that distraction occurs anytime you take your eyes off the road. If you're on the road, off the phone. Let's reach our target 0 goal together. 0 traffic deaths in your family, 0 traffic deaths in our state. Here we go, bottom third. Bregman, Correa, and Gaddis, 2, 3, and 4 against Wade LeBlanc. Giving up 2 runs on 2 hits, struck out 3, walked 1 so far. This will be his 47th pitch.
Bregman walked in the first inning.
Bregman's a heck of a player. You think nationally he doesn't get a heck of a lot of acclaim, but he is. I think obviously anybody inside baseball has been watching a lot and knows what kind of player he is.
Yeah, I think for him, he's such a young player, and obviously last year certainly helped him a lot. Had a good year going to the World Series and doing what he was able to do throughout the postseason, really. And now this year, really creating some value for this ball club and showing what he's able to do. He's had to play shortstop while Correa was out, did a fine job. Now back at third base. Just does a little bit of everything for you and has some pop. 22 home runs.
Betcha. It's behind here, 3-1.
We were talking about it last night, Dave, about him making all the plays on the run all the time. But you know what? He makes all the plays. So
there's your bottom line.
That's it.
Care how you do. He gets it done. Okay, I don't care how you do it.
All right.
And ranging over. Well, out here in the Astros third. Hey fans, our annual Ultimate Fan Contest, you know what, it's almost over. Root Sports going to be looking for the ultimate fan in the state of Washington throughout the month of August. Send us a photo and story on our website at rootsports.com/ultimate-fan. You can win a VIP trip for 2 to Seattle in September, personalized jersey, and more. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. Always great to see the fans when they come down. I got startled last year. I was walking from one dugout to another. Hey, how are you? How you doing? What are you doing here? We're here to see you and Mike. I said, really? Yeah, we're the ultimate fan. You know, that was really cool.
That's great.
There's Correa. Struck out looking. Second game back after a long stint on the DL. Sore lower back.
He was 0 for 3 last night, had a walk and grounded out a couple of times. Did a rehab stint in Double-A, but still might take him a few games to get comfortable again.
One pitch. What'd you say the average time for? I know he's an elite player, among the elite, but what's the average time to get back into the point where you're like, okay, that's where I was before I got hurt?
Yeah, I think it's just different for everybody, and probably depends a lot on the injury that they were dealing with. You know, I think for him, a lower back, they were going to make sure, I think they gave him extra time, which is smart. They could afford to do that. So now it's just a timing issue for him. And I would guess it would probably take him 2 or 3 games. I don't know. I think for Robbie, he'll probably be ready to go. He's certainly putting up some numbers on his rehab. This is it, well.
Mitch is going back.
And Robbie's really been swinging it well.
Boy, I'll say. He took a Robbie Cano home run traveling that salami last night.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah. We were talking about it with Scott before the game, and Scott said, you know the kids loved it. Yeah, it's Robbie Cano. Oh, come on, man.
Well, just being around him, they love all of it. Of course.
They can swing it. And boy, that is going to be a welcome addition. Mariner offensive attack. Here's Gaddis.
I would imagine he will probably travel Monday and be in the lineup Tuesday.
Works for me. In at the bat. Here's Segura. Throws out the big man. 1-2-3 inning. As we go to the 4th. See Denard Span lead things off. Mariners down 2-0. 2-0 lead over the Mariners as we go to the 4th. And make sure you join the Mariners on Monday, August 20th. They're going to celebrate legendary Seattle band Alice in Chains and the release of the new album, Rainier Fog. Get your tickets at mariners.com/Alice in Chains and receive an Big Time t-shirt, copy of the new album, and access to a pregame listening party 4 days before the album's release. Denard Span, Gene Segura, Nelson Cruz coming up here in the 4th. It's Charlie Morton, 12-2, a 2.81 ERA. Opponents hitting just 204 against him. That's 5th in the American League. It's also the win percentage leader. Very sensational run.
This is going towards the scouting report right now, and that is if you can get a fastball in the strike zone, put it in play. Hopefully something good will happen for you because he has the curveball dialed in. There's another one. So difficult on that 12-6 curveball to try to square it up.
Defensively, Bregman moves back now. He was in close. One and 2 to Span. Struck out on a 2-2 pitch first time up. And that hit him.
Yeah, hit him with a curveball.
Base runner. Mariners would take it, bring the tying run to the plate.
Second inning in a row, they had the leadoff hitter on. The leadoff hitter on 3 of the 4 innings. Right off his ankle.
There's Gene, bounced into a 5-4-3 double play. Well, he'll be happy to have his good friend and mentor Robbie Cano back. Span was just getting out to his lead, and Morton saw it, chased him back.
Chris Prieto laughing at him.
Don't blink.
Yep.
Strike one to Gene. Gene came in a .256 hitter, 2 home runs against Charlie Morton. Span 1 out of 2 in base stealing with the Mariners. Overall 7 out of 10 this time at Tampa Bay. Breaking ball hit right back to Morton. Throws to Correa. That's a nice play. Guy gets big money at shortstop.
That's a
tremendous athlete.
Great adjustment.
Man, that was, he and Machado can, 2 big kids, they can make that play. Very acrobatic, athletic, really good stuff. Tough break for the Mariners, 2 outs.
Well, Charlie Morton appreciates it, and he acknowledged it to Correa. Throw. He lost his footing a little bit, but a great adjustment and a strong arm. Correa has a great arm. Primero Supermo. Gene will hit into a couple of double plays. Look at his foot slip. It's awkward, but the adjustment by Correa makes it look easy.
Oh, to be what, 23?
Yeah, 6'4", probably 220.
And skills.
Can run, and yeah, oh, that would be great.
Here's Nelly. Struck out first time. Ooh, he'd like that one back.
I think that's the hardest curveball he's thrown at 80 miles an hour.
There's a bullet off the glove of Gurriel. That's how you put it in play, huh?
Yeah, I would say so. Came in at 96, probably went out, I don't know, 110.
I'm good. I'm with you. I'll ride with you on that.
There you go, line drive, and Gurriel trying to make the play, almost takes his glove off. That is a wow on the scorecard. Yeah. He can turn around anybody's fastball.
Oh, man.
Kyle.
Seager gets into one to the gap. Kemp not going to get it. Big Nelly coming to third. Brocious waving up. What's he got left? He's going to score. They missed the cutoff man. There you go. 2-1. Astros as Kyle Seager comes up large here with 2 outs in the 4th. Kyle's 27th run double and his 63rd run batted in.
And again, he has just been turning the fastball around. He made the adjustment with his hands, got rid of the hitch. Well, probably about a week and a half ago, and it is really paying off for the Mariners because he is not missing a fastball that's middle to middle in. He drives that into the gap in right center. There's the missed relay.
Herman should take his time, give Nelly a chance to catch his breath. Good to see the big man scoring from first.
Yeah.
Chance to tie it here with a 2-out knock.
There it is.
Deep to right center field. Look at this one off the fence. We get a tie ball game. Chris Herman, he's going to go for 3. He's got good wheels. Here's the throw. He is safe. 2-2 ball game. Triple for Chris Herman, his 2nd of the year. His 4th RBI, and we got a brand new ball game in the 4th inning. 3 balls hit real hard against Charlie Morton.
Well, they are starting to turn on the fastball, and that was the big key to this game. Do not let him get to the curveball. If you get a fastball to hit, put it in play. Seager and now Herman both. And the hustle by Herman. He's a catcher, but he can run. Where the ball hits him. Well, it goes off the heel of the glove of Bregman. Look at Brian Healy. Starts him off with a curveball.
Healy hit the ball hard down the left field line for a double leading off the 3rd. It got him to 3rd and couldn't score.
Start this series, the Mariners with a reverse cycle that they were able to pick up against Verlander. They need a home run now to have a cycle in this inning.
Good call.
Single by Cruz, double by Seager, now the triple.
In order.
In order.
That has got to feel good. Seeing the boys making some hard contact. It's one of the top pitchers in the league.
All 3 hits on the fastball, just squaring it up. Nice slider.
1 and 2 to Ryan.
Similar to last night. Houston getting out in front 2-0. Looked like Cole was in a groove, just cruising along, and then the Mariners come right back and score a couple of runs to tie it up.
Ball and 2 strikes. Herman at 3rd. 2-2. Healy's double in the 3rd, his 2nd career hit off of Charlie Morton. Now 2 for 9. Two pitch. That one down the line. Hit hard. It will go foul.
Ryan had a curveball he could handle that time. Ended up in the middle of the plate. Was just out in front of it a little bit. Looked like he hit it towards the end of the bat. Down the line, and it's hooking a little bit. Oh, by about a foot.
D. Gordon ever active, goes about a 1/3 of the way up the line to get the bat for Healy, retrieved it for him, threw it to him. Good teamwork. Runner at 3rd. It's the go-ahead run for the Mariners here in the 4th. Fought it off. That's enough. That's a base hit. Run scores. Mariners lead 3-2. Healy digging for 2nd. Reddick with the throw. Got him. But he got the hit, he got the RBI, and the Mariners have the lead. So the Mariners get 3 runs on 4 consecutive hits. Reddick throws out Healy. Here's a look at it. These balls were hit hard, Mike.
Well, Cruz starts it with the line drive, then Kyle drives one out to the gap, and again on the fastball. This is the second time through the lineup taking advantage of it. Herman right here. That was right off the fence, a triple.
In a blink, the Mariners have taken a lead. It's 3-2 here in Houston. Ryan Healy having a good day. Just picked up an RBI single. Was thrown out trying to stretch it, but he got the run in. Chris Herman, he got the job done with an RBI triple. Kyle Seager continues to hit the ball hard, and of course Nelson Cruz doing likewise. He's back on top, or on top now, as Marwin Gonzalez leads off for Houston.
Oh, was Edgar Martinez telling me today that they were going to get after the fastball. We showed the numbers on Charlie Morton and his fastball here at home the last 5 games. The average has gone up, and so they try to take advantage of that. The key is you have to be able to square it up, and they certainly did that in the last inning.
Got a line foul off to Patty Gonzalez, who struck out, leading off the second. Wade LeBlanc so far, 2 runs, 2 hits, struck out 3, walked 1, walked didn't hurt him.
Far today, he's had a really good cut fastball. He's been able to locate it on both sides of the plate. Started to elevate his fastball inside some too. His fastball's been 86 miles an hour. His changeup has improved since the first inning.
Whoa, what was that?
That was a late timeout. We were talking about that last night. How many guys are getting granted timeout? Wade was ready to start, ready to go.
I mean, you're about to tee off in the first tee, and you're in the middle of your backswing. You got to stop. I mean, come on.
Well, that's why Wade wasn't happy about it. I don't blame him. Good changeup.
You can incur injury like that trying to stop, right?
Yeah, and again, for those that don't know, just because you call timeout doesn't mean the umpire has to give it to you. It's up to him, and typically they will, unless the pitcher is starting his motion. Then they won't. The last couple of nights they've granted it anyway.
Oh, 2 strikes.
Another change
and
up.
Held on by Herman. A strikeout, number 4 for Wade LeBlanc. There's 1 away. You're in the home 4th. Make sure you join us tonight for an exciting MLS matchup. Tune in at 8 p.m. Pacific as the Portland Timbers host the Vancouver Whitecaps, and stay tuned after the match for our live post-game show. For your local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com. There's Gurriel, base hit to left and a run scored. It came back in the second inning. Tyler White singled in 2.
Right back with the cutter on the inside corner.
Mariners trying to extend the Houston home losing streak to 7. Any news today? Talked about Erasmo Ramirez starting. Know a little bit about that Achilles surgery.
Yeah, you might need to make a phone call.
Yeah. Dude, keep your chin up.
Yeah.
Felix available. Pitch out of the pen. Might see him today, might see him tomorrow. Up and in. That was such a freak play. Sam Tuivalala in a rundown. He's in good shape, and all of a sudden he throws and it just goes out from him, man. And that's how it had. Same thing I felt. It's like doing nothing and boom, gone.
Yeah, that's what you were telling me, and that's the way it typically happens that way.
I've heard. If I've heard one, I've heard 1,000 stories like that in the last 4 months. Who took a hammer to my heel?
Yeah, the good news is you're on the mend, and you know you have all the rehab, and it can be boring and it can be brutal at times, but you have to do it. And so I'm sure that Tui will be in that boat also.
Oh, good play. There we go. Wade LeBlanc hanging with it.
Making some quality pitches. This is down in the zone, right off the end of the bat. Soft line drive back at him, knocks it down, stays with the play. Turns into an easy out.
Reddick with an automatic double down the right field line, bounced into the stands. Came around to score in the white RBI. Strike one.
Starting to mix in his breaking ball a little bit more. Here's Reddick. Hit a double down into the corner. Another quality pitch from Wade to get ahead in the count.
1-1. Stros have lost 6 consecutive home games. 1 to Detroit, 3 to Texas, and now 2 to the Mariners. Mariners trying to make it a nice number 7.
And you can see Reddick, typical of most left-handers, is going to pull the ball. We showed the ball down in the corner.
Oh, that was a beauty.
He took a little extra off, just 70 miles an hour, 71 miles an hour on that curveball.
Slow, slower, and slowest. Two to Reddick. Mariners wrap up this series tomorrow. Go to Oakland for 3. Come home for the Dodgers for 3. Houston for 3. Then back on the road. 3 at Arizona, 2 at San Diego, and 4 at Oakland. That takes us into the month of September. The calendar, Mike, has shifted into high gear.
It has, no question about it. And it's a difficult month. We've talked about that.
Looking at Houston's schedule. Rockies come in here Tuesday, Wednesday. Then the Astros go to the A's for 3, Mariners for 3, Angels for 3, and then come home for the A's again and the Angels again.
Yes.
A lot of interdivision battles. Full count. Eighth pitch here to Reddick. That's going to hang up for Heredia. Fine inning for Wade LeBlanc. Strikeout, a soft liner, and a flyout. Well done. 3-2 Mariners. as we go top 5. And Monday, August 20th marks your next chance. Take advantage of Mariners value game savings thanks to BECU. Fans can score select bleacher or view seats for $15 and main and club seats for $30 when the Mariners host the Astros at 7:10. Head to mariners.com/value for tickets. D. Gordon popped it up. Gonzalez for the out. Theo for 2, ground out to second, his first time up. Bring up Guillermo Heredia, soft liner to the second baseman Gurriel. Yankees had a lead, balked and walked in the tying runs, but going to beat Texas 5-3. Boston beat Baltimore first to 2, 5-0. And Baltimore leads 2-0 in game 2. That's in the bottom of the third. Easy play for Charlie Morton. Wick, 2 outs. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Walking that concourse, Michael, they got some good eats in this ballpark just like we do in Seattle.
Yeah, you're right about that. And the concourse has been busy this weekend. Some good crowds here. Lined up early again today.
41,236. Their 11th shutout, sellout last night. There's Haniger for the 3rd time walking a ground out so far. Just joining us, a terrific 4th inning for the Mariners with 2 outs. Ellie blistered a single off the glove of the second baseman. RBI double Seager, RBI triple Herman, RBI single Healy. Doing 1 to Mitch. It's 3 for 15 against Big Charlie Morton. 2-2.
He has really mixed it up on Mitch in this at bat. A little bit of everything, including his changeup and a slider, which he has rarely thrown today. Basically, has gone fastball, curveball.
Worked inside with a fastball, 3-2. Morton out of Flemington, New Jersey, just across the river, a little bit across the river and north of Philadelphia. And foul tipped into the glove of Stassi. A 1-2-3 economical inning for Charlie Morton. 10 pitches to get his 3 outs. 3-2 Mariners. Teriyaki Bowls, only a Jack in the Box for a limited time. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor the BNSF Blast. Mariners had an in-order single, double, and a triple. They're looking for the home run from Healy, but he delivered an RBI single. Had the reverse cycle first night against Justin Verlander. Here's Tyler White. What a series. 4 for 9, 3 runs. He's knocked in 2 here in the second inning. Put Houston in front, but the Mariners took over in the fourth.
In his first at bat, when he had the base hit, he hit it the other way, drove in a couple of runs, and Wade just stayed away from him the entire time. So I wonder if maybe he'll try to pitch him inside at some point, missing with the curveball, but 4 pitches away from him again.
First night in, Edwin Diaz in the ninth. An 8-5 lead, struck out the first 2 men, then got White 0-2 and gave up a home run to left field. White will be followed by Max Stassi and Tony Kemp, 8-9-1 here in the fifth. Second walk issued by Wade LeBlanc. Walked Bregman in the first, but left him stranded. Max Stassi struck out an 0-2 pitch.
Stassi hitting 9th in the lineup.
Boy, I got a piece of Chris Herman, strike 1.
Started today, Stassi hitting .245. 8 home runs on the year.
Mariners looking for a double play. Astros pulled off 2. Good pitch. Oh, 2. Blanc first pitch strikes. He started 8. His first 9, since then gone 4 for 9. He's in charge right here, 0-2. Wade had a fine month in July, going 3-1, a 3.82 ERA in 5 starts. 30 2/3 innings, struck out 26, walked just 7. Swing and a miss.
Good changeup.
His 5th strikeout. One away, 1 on here in the 5th inning.
See that late movement on the changeup, running off the outside corner. Stassi out in front of it. Wade now at 82 pitches. 82 pitches in his last outing. 78 before that. 84, 84, 87, 80. So that's getting towards the limit.
Top of the order, Tony Kemp for the 3rd time. Fly to center, fly to right.
Good cutter.
So I always hear pitching coaches say good depth.
Yep. That late movement, running down and away from him.
Healy gets the lead runner. 3-6 to retire White for the second out. Fielder's choice for Tony Kemp. Hey, it's all new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. This game delivers an all new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18. It's available now at RBIGame.com. Rated E for everyone. Good speed at first base. 2 outs. Mariner fans in the house. Two down, runner at first for Bregman. A walk and a fly to right. Astros took a 2-0 lead in the second. Mariners with 2 outs, put 3 on the board in the fourth. That was an impressive bunch of at-bats by Cruz, Seager, Herman, and Healy. If you're a hitter up there and seeing going against LeBlanc, there's times he can lull you to sleep, right?
Well, that's what he's trying to do, and then he'll pop that fastball in there at 86. Try to hit the top of the zone, probably inside. That's when he's hoping to jam you because of that. But it's also the reason why he has to pitch inside at times, because they'll start to lean out over the plate. There's a changeup.
Handed foul, a little hook to it.
It's a long strike. That's okay in a 2-0 count. Wade is perfectly fine with that. Throw him a changeup. Hit it foul.
Nick Vincent starting to heat up for the Mariners. Two outs and a 2-1 count to Alex Bregman. 2 for 4 with an RBI last night. Good hitter. Three and one. Bregman 8th in total bases, 7th in runs. Only Lindor has more doubles. Got 37, Lindor 39. 3-1 pitch. Foul ball, full count.
I think Scott Service, he really wants him to make a good pitch right here and get out of this inning, and I'm sure that will be it for Wade. Next pitch will be 90 for him.
Three and two. Great speed at first, and Tony Kemp. Big pitch here. Threw his timing off big time. Gene going back. Yields to Span. Good decision. Fine teamwork. 3-2 Mariners. LeBlanc, here's how he ended the Houston fifth.
Yeah, I wanted to see a quality pitch from him, and he was able to make a quality pitch. Little weak pop-up. Denard Span able to handle it, and he's able to get out of the inning. That's exactly what Scott Service wanted to see. 90 pitches tonight's ball game. Had to work really hard, especially through the first few innings while he was trying to get a feel for his pitches, but gets through 5 with the lead.
The Mariners can build on this lead, and that's a good way to start. Denard Span beats the shift. 7-game hitting streak for Denard, and the Mariners are underway here in the 6th. Span previously had struck out and was hit by a pitch. How good has that deal been? Column and Span coming over here May 25th.
Worked out great, I would say.
Man. Kudos to Jerry DePoto. Saw Jerry in the gym today. Came back from watching AA Arkansas. He said that Kyle Lewis hit a home run, cruise like the sound and carry.
It was his first AA home run, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he looked like Nelson Cruz. That's how good it was.
Well, just hopefully the young man can stay healthy.
Yeah, that's it. That was one of the things we talked about. I said, we're looking at maybe next year for Kyle. He said, but not probably, maybe late next year. Give him this year, maybe next year, and we'll see him up here in the bigs.
Gene Segura looking for his first base hit of the night.
Good speed at first with Span. Bunt. And bunted if that had hit him on the hand. They got a piece of him.
Yep. He was hit on the hand last night with a pitch. That was his left hand last night, though.
That Service said it was an interesting exchange after he got hit last night. Rob Nodine came out, they examined the hand and everything, and after a while Rob said, hey Gene, can you run? Gene said yeah. Then that was it. And dropped that. Hope play by Stassi. Somebody said that's a veteran move by the trainer there. Take his mind off. Yeah, I can run.
Guess getting hit on the hand shouldn't bother you with that, right? Ended up staying in the game and back in the lineup today.
Breaking ball. Sent to the gap. Kemp's got great speed. Easy play for him. You get hit 90 miles an hour in the hand. I mean, for the first what? I mean, that's going to hurt for a while.
It's going to hurt for a while. And the thing that you're concerned about, obviously, is a broken bone. And even if it gets past where you're fine with that, there's going to be some inflammation in there. But they do such a good job now. I'm sure that Rob ended up getting a hold of him right away when the game was over, just to calm that thing down.
Brent Strom, pitching coach, coming out.
Nobody getting loose in the pen. Probably reevaluate the scouting report that they have on Nelson Cruz with that last base hit. Trying not to throw that fastball out over the plate.
They don't want to get anybody injured. Just joining us, Nelly with 2 outs on an 0-2 pitch. Scorched one up the middle, just over the head of Morton, who's about 6'5", and off the glove of Gurriel, who's playing up the middle as he is right now. Had some slice on it. Somebody said must have had some teeth to it too. Nelly was strikeout, a base hit, and a run scored.
Started him with a slider.
Hit it hard the other way, base hit. Gave him the hole and he took it. 2-hit night for Nelson Cruz. Moving up is Span. 1 out, 2 on for Kyle Seager, swinging the bat well.
And another base hit on his fastball. Talked about his fastball at the beginning of the game here at home. Last 5 starts, Well, it's hitting 286 on his fastball. That was part of the scouting report when I talked to Edgar before the game, that they wanted to try to hit the fastball early in counts if they were able to. And quite frankly, that's how they scored the 3 runs in the 4th, and both base hits on the fastball here in this inning.
Seager with the RBI double in the 4th, just his 2nd career hit against Charlie Morton. Now 2 for 15 against him. So Joe Smith and Tony Sipp warming up in the Houston bullpen. Couple of men aboard for Seager. Breaking ball outside, ball 1. Pitch number 85 for Charlie. Two and 0. He's missed with a couple of breaking balls. Let's see what happens here. Seager double to the gap, fastball outside, 3-0.
And I would think he has the green light. He's been hitting the ball hard. Week and a half or so already with the double in this game. Turn him loose.
He did. Backhand Gurriel to Correa for 1 over the first double play. Mariners threaten, don't score in the 6th, but they still lead by the count of 3-2.
Majority of these pitches on the corners. Pretty good changeup tonight. Used his cut fastball. Helped himself out with a little bit of defense. Another pitch just off the outside corner. Had to work hard tonight.
Turned in some good work. He's in line to win his 7th ball game. There you go.
Yeah, 90 pitches to get through the 5 innings. Just 3 hits. A couple of runs. They were earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts for Wade. He leaves the game with the lead.
Time now for a Beacon Plumbing call to the pin.
It will bring Nick Vincent. Or Nick, this will be his 41st appearance on the year. 4.54 ERA. 33 strikeouts over 10 walks. Opponents hitting .239 against Nick. His fastball right around 90 miles an hour. Has a cutter at 87 and a slider.
Nick will get 3, 4, and 5 in the order here. Carlos Correa, Evan Gattis, Marwin Straight up in the infield for Correa. And there's first pitch strike. 5th game against the Astros this season for Nick Vincent. Correa tonight struck out looking and flied out to right. Foul back.
Starts him off with a couple of cutters.
Nick against the Astros, 5th game. He's pitched 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, given up a homer, struck out 6. Wanted 2. Swing and a miss. Good start for Nick. 1 away here in the home 6th. Coming up tomorrow, Erasmo Ramirez will get his 3rd start of the season after some rehab starts down in the minor leagues. He goes against Dallas Keuchel. Keuchel at 9-9. Not typical number that you see from him at this stage of the season.
Well, off to a slow start this year, but has pitched much better lately.
There's Gaddis.
Gaddis, want to be careful.
Center field, going back is Heredia on the grass. 2 outs. Last time the Mariners saw Keuchel, Astros won it 8-3 on Wednesday, August 1st. He went 7 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs all earned. So 2 outs brings up Marwin Gonzalez. Wade LeBlanc struck him out twice. Astros got on the board first. The White 2-run single in the 2nd inning. Mariners had a big 3-run 4th. Seager, Herman, and Healy with RBIs.
Tony Sipp getting loose in the pen for Houston.
Zach Duke heating up for the Mariners. Bunt. Healy got to it quickly, goes for the tag. And the inning's over. Nice work by Nick Vincent. 7 pitches for Nick to get his 3 outs in the 6th. Why not have a little fun here, Major League Baseball? Bunt attempt, not what Marwin Gonzalez intended. Having a little fun there with Ryan Healy. Trying to knock it out of his hands. Have a couple of laughs.
I don't think Ryan wanted to lose that battle right there.
Good sportsmanship there. Charlie Morton's night is done.
6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. All of them are 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 87 pitches, 51 for strikes.
Good pitcher for the Astros, Tony Sipp, his 49th career appearance against the Mariners.
He's pitched well this year, a 1.55 ERA for him. 32 strikeouts over 9 walks. Opponents hitting .216. He has yet to give up a home run this year.
This is his 4th appearance against the Mariners this season. Giving up a .300 batting average as Herman sends one to center field. Kemp's got it.
Bring up Ryan Healy. Having a good night. He is 2 for 2, has a double, has driven in a run. Talking about the drill that he was doing earlier today with Scott Brocious, and Edgar was talking to me about it. He's trying to get him back on the fastball, and has been the case for him tonight. He's had some good swings at the fastball. Edgar also said that the last part of it, he thinks he was getting close to the last part, is he needs to see the baseball in the outfield grass somewhere to get some confidence rolling again. So that has certainly helped tonight. 2 for 2.
Scott Service always talking about how he can get real high and real low. Got to find that middle ground. Outside. Emotional young man. Good player. He's done a very fine job at first base for the Mariners.
21 home runs for him this year. Tony Sipp, his average fastball at 92 miles an hour, has a slider and a split. Split at 79, which was that last pitch.
Healy's big month for the Mariners was June. He had .255, 8 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Batting average fell off to 198 in the month of July with 5 homers and 14 runs driven home. One and 2 the count. 3 infielders left side. 2-2. RBI double down the left. Check that, a double down the left field line to get an RBI single. Hit it down the right field line. Tried to stretch for 2, and it was thrown out by Josh Reddick. Two pitch. Strike 3 call.
That was off the plate.
Strikeout for Tony Sipp. Mariners and EQC celebrate Salute to Native American Night at Safeco Field on Tuesday, August 21st. Mariners will be hosting these Astros at 7:10, so enjoy a pregame dance performance. Plus, first 10,000 fans 21 and over receive a Mariners cap, so get your tickets at mariners.com. D. Gordon looking to break out. He's 0 for 2 this evening. Ground out and a fly to left.
Zach Duke continues to get loose in the pen for the Mariners.
D just 2 for his last 22.
Reddick is due him second for Houston. Left-handed hitter.
Two out, nobody on, an 0-2 pitch coming to D. Did a heck of a job to get a piece of that. Bregman has backed up, barely on the grass, third base. 0-2. today. Washington beat the Cubs 9-4. Boston in the second of two is tied at 2 in the 5th at Baltimore. Good take.
He's had to lay off a couple of breaking balls off the plate away.
Oakland at the Angels coming up in a matter of minutes. Angels winning last night. Justin Upton a big home run. 2-2. There you go, up the middle, base hit. D. Gordon with 2 outs here in the 7th. His first career hit off of Tony Sipp. And A.J. Hinch will bring a right-hander in.
Good at bat for Gordon. Fouling off some pitches, laying off the slider away. Picks up a base hit back up the middle.
They're going to bring in a veteran right-hander, Joe Smith, to face Heredia. 2 outs, a man on. Mariners lead here in the 7th, 3-2. Inning, 3-2 Mariners. Time now for the Jet closing easy-to-use standings. As we mentioned, the A's getting ready to take on the Angels. The Yankees have won. They beat Texas earlier. See why all these games. This is a very important road trip. One more game here, then go play the A's. 3 big games Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Right now, veteran Joe Smith taking over. His 43rd career game against the Mariners, his 6th this season.
3.73 ERA, 35 strikeouts and 31 in the 3rd. Opponents hitting just 196 against him. As you can see, side armor, average fastball at 88. That's a slider that he will throw. An occasional changeup. Doesn't throw it often.
Joe's wife, Allie LaForce, fine reporter in CBS college basketball coverage. What a break by D.
Put it in your pocket.
Seriously. He's going to get the 3rd. That speed, really special. Stolen base for D is 27th. E2 gets in the 3rd.
He's trying to time the delivery and he takes off. It's perfect.
Love that dimension. Heredia, opportunity to pick up his 15th run batted in. 1-1 pitch, laid off it. D. Gordon, single, stolen base, the 3rd on an error, and now Heredia, a 2-1 pitch coming from Joe Smith.
He having some discomfort with his shoulder, his left shoulder.
Correa's got this covered. No runs ahead. 1 hour and 1 man left. Time to stretch here in Houston. Mariners up by the count of 3-2. Can do with the win from Washington's lottery play today. Mariners trying to make it 3 consecutive wins here in Houston. There's your line score, 3-2 Mariners, big 4th inning. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew. D. Gordon, boy, he had this bag stolen.
Well, watch him dive, though. His left shoulder hits the shin and jams up right there, and that's why he was moving his arm around. That's Gurriel, the second baseman. Here's another look. Fortunately, Gurriel able to get his feet in the air. Scott Service was checking on him. Rob Nodine, the trainer. But he wanted to stay in the game.
Gamer. Nick Vincent, second inning of work. Went 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. He's got Gurriel, Reddick, and White. 6, 7, and 8 hole hitters. Ground ball to Gene Segura. One away.
Probably see Zach Duke now. Reddick left-hander. He's due up, and Scott Service on his way out of the dugout.
Nick Vincent did his job, got all 4 men that he faced. Take a break. Zach Duke, left-hander. 7th inning, it's that time. Get a tough left-hander out in a 1-run game. We'll be right back. On the go, no problem. The Mariners are at your fingertips with the Root Sports mobile app. Just download the app and log on. Log in with your participating TV provider account info. Only available to customers whose TV subscription includes Root Sports. Check now to see if your provider is participating. There we go, my man. It's hooked up.
Young Mariner fan.
Indeed. Yeah, the first time I saw that when Drew Brees was in the Super Bowl and his family came on the post-game celebration and the little guy had those headphones on, which is good. Protect the young ears. Zach Duke takes over.
51 appearances on the year, 4.85 ERA. Opponents hitting .301 against him. 41 strikeouts, over 17 walks. Average fastball at 88 miles an hour and a slider. Josh Reddick is the hitter. Missing with a slider.
Reddick 2 for 5 with a homer against Zach Duke. Veteran left-hander. It's a spot where he makes his money. 1-1. 7th inning, get the tough left-hander out. Fair ball. Healy's got it. 2 down.
Scott Service probably out of the dugout again. It'll probably be Adam Warren.
Little mix, little match. Zach Duke gets his man. Now Adam Warren, a winner in last night's game, will come in to try to get Tyler White. Watch the Mariners pregame show every Sunday. Find out your fan favorite plays of the week. Plus, each month, one lucky fan's going to win a Coors Light Yeti cooler just for participating. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. Adam Warren comes in. Pitched the scoreless inning last night and got his first win as a Mariner.
Bacon Plumbing called to the pen. It will be Adam Warren. 28 appearances on the year. ERA right at 3. 40 strikeouts in 33 innings. Good number for him. Opponents hitting just .236. Average fastball at 92 miles an hour and a slider. His responsibility to try to get this last out here in the 7th inning. And they're into Colomé and Diaz at that point. Try to get this last out.
Colomé and Diaz, what a tandem they have been. My goodness.
Well, I think that's why you're really seeing the mixed match here in the 7th inning, doing everything you can for the matchups to try to get it to Colomé. Warren had good command of his fastball last night and was able to get him to chase his slider. Some weak contact.
See Tyler White for the first time.
And starts him with a slider off the plate.
Missed outside. 2-0. Fouled back up this way.
Just trying to get back into the count with a slider. It was on the corner, but it was elevated a little bit.
Nashville's got 2 runs on 3 hits in the second inning. 3 consecutive hits. Gurriel, Reddick, 2-run double by White. Been held hitless since then. 2-1 here to White.
Another good slider.
2-2. Warren, 7 years with the Yankees, went 20-20 with a 3.18 ERA.
I like that the last 2 sliders on the outside corner. I'd like it better if it was down a little bit. But he's back in the count.
2-2 pitch. Haniger taking a look. He's got no play. White 2 for 4 in the first game. Knocked in 2 runs. 1 for 4 last night. He was 1 for 1 with a walk here this evening. 2-2 pitch.
Now working the fastball at the top of the zone.
Important out here for Warren. Preserve this 3-2 Mariner lead. Pitch.
His best fastball at 94. Good battle. 7 pitches so far in the at bat.
Adam, 3rd man out of the pen. Wade LeBlanc started 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks, 90 pitches, 55 for strikes. Since then, Vincent and Duke have held the fort, and Warren's trying to do the same. 2-2 pitch. Full count.
Max Stassi waiting on deck. Stassi hitting 9th in the lineup. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts tonight.
Big pitch, 3-2 here to White. Down the line, nice play by Seager. Throws across, good stretch by Haley. Inning over. To the 8th we go. Mariners with a 3-2 lead. They'll have the top of the order coming up. game, a consequential fourth inning for the Mariners. Good stuff here, Mike.
Exit velo for Nelson Cruz. Kyle Seager being aggressive on the fastball with a double. Chris Herman in the lineup tonight. He's going to end up with a triple. For the Mariners against Charlie Morton, we're getting after his fastball. Here's Kyle's double in the gap. And then Ryan Healy will finish things off, driving the ball down the right field line. For the Mariners, it was 3 runs in the 4th inning.
And all that coming with 2 outs. Here's Roberto Osuna.
He's already pitched in this series. 17 appearances on the year, a 2.60 ERA, and 17 of 30 has 13 strikeouts. Hasn't given up a home run this year. Fastball, slider, cutter. That's a good fastball. His average fastball at 95 miles an hour.
Top of the order, Haniger, Span, and Segura here in the 8th. Pitch 0 for 2 with a walk. Struck out once. Mile high pop. Play for Tyler White. Ryan Roland-Smith joins us right now. Ryan, your thoughts on what you saw from Wade LeBlanc to this in this game tonight, along with the bullpen performances?
And Ryan, I thought that it was interesting watching the 7th inning tonight for the Mariners when you have Vincent come out there to get the righty, go to Duke, and then back to Adam Warren. It kind of seems that with Jerry DiPoto making some trades, that's kind of what they're looking for in the 7th inning. Scott Service able to match things up. Do you think this is a situation where Scott will continue to mix and match in the 7th inning so he can get it to Colomé and Diaz, who have been terrific?
Yes, indeed. All right, Ryan, thank you very much. Catch you on the Mariners postgame. Coming up at the conclusion of this tilt. Span strikes out, 2 down. And that will bring up Gene Segura. Segura 0 for 1 against Osuna. Foul off. 38,888 here at the ballpark. Didn't see it, but a fan must have made a clean catch to our right. Osuna's 3rd game since coming over in the trade from Toronto. And Gene Segura with a base hit.
possibly be a big base hit with Nelson Cruz walking to the plate with the way that he's been swinging the bat. A couple of outs, 2-out base hit.
Gene with hit number 138 for him. Puts him in third place in the American League.
Had to stay on a cutter at 93 miles an hour, but he lines it into left.
Cruz looking for his first career hit against Osuna. He's 0 for 6. Really in a good way right now, swinging a bat. Two for 3 night for Cruz with the run scored. Oh, 2. Two pitch, throw over to first. Ball 1-2, Cruz.
The sliders down and away.
Kyle Seager's on deck. Kyle 1 for 3 RBI double tonight. Stros got 2 runs in the second. Mariners counted with 3 in the fourth, and that's where we stand. Mariner pitching is held. Houston hitless since the second inning. Runner goes. Pitch put in play. Charging Bregman. Throws over. Was his foot on the bag? It was. Here's Mark Rippiger. Here we go. Bottom 8. Stassi, Kemp, Bregman, 9, 1 and 2 against Alex Colomé, who has been sensational. Big portion of the Mariners season. 1 and 2 at Texas. They're 2 and 0 here in Houston, trying to make it 3. As we take a look at our AT&T achieving more. Alex Colomé, sensational. In 30 games, that's what he's done. But right now on a streak of 17 2/3 scoreless. Look at that opponent's batting average, a .98.
He's really pitched well. His fastball's been 95, 96 miles an hour. And that hard slider, possibly a cutter, it is 90 to 92 miles an hour. Been a really good pitch for him.
I know you and I, and I'm sure the fans at home too, have enjoyed his ability to work inside consistently and make that thing work.
It sets up the slider for him. Typically he will do that when he gets 2 strikes. He will straighten up the hitter and then go right back to that slider, and it's been effective for him. See what he's done here in the second half of the season in 11 games. 0 ERA.
Here's what's coming up for the Mariners. Finish up this series tomorrow, then go to the A's for 3. Home for the Dodgers 3, and we'll see the Astros yet again. Then on the road to Arizona, San Diego, and Oakland. Next thing you know, it's going to be September. Mariners right in the thick of things. And so much in their control. Just all these head-to-head matchups.
Chris Prieto, in charge of the outfield out of the dugout, wanted to make sure that the guys are playing deep. No doubles was the sign he was giving them. Kyle Seager on the line at third.
Stassi to lead it off. Swing and a miss. Stassi 0 for 2. He struck out twice tonight. Stassi 1 for 2 against Calumet. Stassi, Kemp, Bregman, 9-1 and 2. Hits the bag. Second time this week that's happened. They tried to catch a break, let it go foul. It didn't. Base hit.
Well, Kyle has no play. He was guarding the line and playing deep, trying to stay away from the double, knowing that he's not going to bunt, but it's a swinging bunt, so the only chance he has is if it goes foul and it catches the corner of the bag. Nothing you can do about it.
Chang Renabori. Eric Fisher has come out to run for Stassi. Top of the order, Tony Kemp.
Now Kyle will have to play in for the bunt. And he is in on the grass.
The bunt is in order. Kemp with 3 sacrifices this season.
Sacrificing here, a little bit of a surprise. Houston in the middle of the pack as far as sacrifice bunting. They are 8th in the American League. Kemp has been a hot hitter for him. Came into the game hitting .301.
0 for 3 tonight. 0 for 2 career against Calumet. Seager in on the grass over to first. Fisher back.
Fisher runs well. Chris Herman, the backup catcher in the game, so they may try him.
One-0 pitch here to Kemp. There's a strike. And here, not a popular call. Joe West in Houston, Texas. Runner goes. Pitch swung on and sent to the gap. Heredia makes a brilliant catch. Here's a double play opportunity. Cha-ching.
What a play.
Game saver. Man, oh man, what a fabulous play by Guillermo Heredia.
I don't know about you, Dave, but where we're sitting in our booth, it didn't look like he had a chance to get to that ball into the gap.
Exactly.
But what acceleration, and then the effort to make the catch. He knows the runner is running. He has a great arm, so he just wants to make sure it's an accurate throw. No problem doubling him up. But Fisher, who was running, had his head up. He watched him. He didn't think he was going to get to it either. Great concentration to make the catch. Tremendous play.
One of them.
Yeah, you can see him. He gets excited about it, and he should be.
Darn right. It's one of the most clutch defensive plays we've seen by an outfielder. A Mariner error, anybody, as Bregman comes right back with a base knock with 2 outs. out of the woods. You get Correa here.
Such great reaction for Heredia, and his routes are always terrific.
Well, we noted that the first time we saw him.
In the double play. He's excited about it. He should be.
Good job by Healy.
Yeah, smothers it.
Critical out right here with Correa. Bregman decent speed. Real good speed at first. 2 outs. What a double play that was. Swing and a miss. Correa tonight struck out looking, fly to right, struck out swinging. Bregman back.
Watching Chris Prieto again in the dugout, and he was working hard to get the attention of the outfielders. Wanted him to punch the gap a little bit more, moving Span over.
They are deep.
They are deep to take the double away, but he pushed him out towards left center a little bit more. See, Kyle is on the line at third.
Bregman 8 out of 12. Base stealing. 0-1 pitch. Fouled off.
Well located sliders that time, both of them at 90.
Marisnik's catch the other night was important, but this was critical what Heredia just pulled off. That was just outstanding beyond belief.
I would agree. Just the closing speed on
right?
it.
Yeah, and like you said, from our angle, it's like, he ain't got that.
He's not getting to it.
No way. 0-2 pitch.
There it is. That's what we talk about. A couple of sliders away. When he gets 2 strikes, he will straighten up the right-handed hitters. The lefties also. And they typically would go right back to that slider down and away off the plate, trying to get him to chase it.
Ball and 2 strikes. Carlos Correa. Bregman at first. Mariners nursing a 1-run lead. Pitch from Calamay.
Doubled up in there.
Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Mariners. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Houston. Bregman inching out to his lead. 1-2. Good block by Herman. No advance.
That was the slider. He just spiked it.
Gilly holding the runner at first. Seager guarding the line at third. Outfield deep. 2-2 the count with 2 outs. Calamay deals. Down low. Full count. Evan Gaddis is on deck. Correa 1 for 4. It was a homer against Calamay. Now it's trying to retire him right here.
I think because Bregman will be on the move, he will not give in to him. He's tried to get him out with the slider. See if he wants to throw it 3-2.
Nashville fans on their feet. 3-2 pitch. Bregman breaks. Pitch. Did he go? They check it first. No, he didn't, says Mark Ripperger.
That was close. Slider off the plate. Did not give in to him.
Now, first and second tying runs the board, so's the go-ahead run. That brings up Gaddis. He's 1 for 4 with a homer against Calamay. Gaddis tonight, fly to right, grounded out to short, flied out to center. Mariners at 43-17 in games decided by 1 or 2 runs. Stros are 26 and 28. Following the scoreless streak at 17 2/3 in jeopardy. Trying to get out of it. First pitch to Gaddis. Ball 1. Inning started with Stasi ground ball hit the third base bag for a base hit. Then Heredia made maybe the defensive play of the year for the Mariners in right center field. Got the double up on Stasi. Had already passed second and had no chance to get back in time. Base hit. Bregman walked to Correa. Now Gaddis. 1-0. Fly ball right field is going to get him out of it. Haniger's under it. Yowza to the ninth. 3-2 Mariners. Colomé's scoreless streak lives at 18 2/3 scoreless. Great play by Heredia. Right now.
They are intense games, and you have to have people make some plays, and he certainly did right there, and they know exactly what it meant to him. I'll tell you, we can get a Guillermo already. Just the closing speed, the route that he made, almost overruns it, has to reach back to make the catch. Aware of what the runner is doing, that Fisher was stealing the base. Doesn't try to do too much. Couple of hops into first, just wanted it to be an accurate throw, and pumped up, and he should be.
Here's Hector Rondon taking over on the mound for the Astros. Kyle Seager's his first hitter. Boy, that was a great catch. I just can't get over it. I mean, with everything that's at stake, trying to go for a series win here against the Astros. Man, oh man, good stuff.
Hector Rondon, 44 appearances on the year. He's really pitched well for Houston. 2.16 ERA. 53 strikeouts over 12 walks. Opponents hitting 212. He's getting up a couple of home runs. Fastball at 97 miles an hour and a slider.
Kyle to left center field. Hanging up for Gonzalez. One out here at the top of the ninth. Scoring 2 runs in the second for the Stros, 3 in the fourth for the Mariners. Martin Maldonado taking over behind the plate. There's Chris Herman. 1 for 3 and an RBI triple in that big 4th inning. comes the 1-1. Kemp has played it perfect. 2 outs. These charts are something else, aren't they? I mean, he was sitting right there.
Right there. Yeah. Edwin Diaz ready to go.
Healy base hits his first 2 times up, a double in the 3rd, RBI single in the 4th, struck out looking in the 7th.
You're talking about the catch for Marisnik. Catch probability last night was at 38%. We thought it was probably tougher than that. For Heredia tonight, it was at 18%.
It was that high.
Yeah.
Man, oh
So there you go.
What a fabulous, fabulous play. 1-1 here to Healy. 2 out, nobody on, top 9, 3-2 Mariners.
Ryan has a couple of hits in the ball game and an RBI.
Two and 1. Boy, that smoked. Really hit hard. Extra bases for Healy, and he is locked in tonight, hitting the ball with authority. His second double tonight, his 13th on the season, comes with 2 outs here in the 9th.
Well, the message to him for the past few days was get on the fastball, and that is 97 miles an hour. He turns it around, gets out to left center in a hurry as it ricochets off the wall. All that early work today is paying off for him. Edgar, good conversation with Edgar today about Ryan, and he felt he was getting close and wanted him to really lock in on the fastball and not take too many pitches, and that's worked out for him tonight.
If D can get him home with an insurance tally here, strike 1. D with a base hit, stolen base, back in the 7th. He's 1 for 3. Mariners are 11 for 26 runners in scoring position this series. Started tonight 11th in the major leagues in that category. Right 2 today. Or 0 for 2 against Rondon. Daly at second, 2 outs. Outfield tilted heavily to the left for Gordon and not deep. Maldonado has got the bazooka back there. Healy scurrying back to second.
Ryan well aware of it, taking no chances.
On a 2 to Gordon.
Spoils the breaking ball.
Rondon, 4th man out of the pen tonight for the Astros. Astros have lost 6 consecutive home games and have not fared well against the West here at home with an 8-15 mark, and they've lost 8 of the last 9 against division opponents. Mariners trying to add to that number of misery. Ball 2 strikes. Pitch in the dirt. Maldonado blocks it. Astros have Gonzalez, Gurriel, and Reddick coming up 5, 6, and 7 in the home 9th. D trying to get this run in.
And Edwin Diaz ready to go in the pen.
Dribble foul. Hector Rondon against D. Gordon. Insurance rally out there at second for the Mariners. Took a lot off. Chris Prieto fields it, flips to a fan.
He has seen 7 pitches so far. Fell behind 0-2.
Be nice to get that extra run. 2-2 pitch coming to D. Gordon again. Another one fouled off. Outfield shallow. Reddick's got a plus arm. Gonzalez has a good arm. Kemp not bad. And it's helped by the fact that he's not particularly deep. And he's got decent speed for a big man. Here we go 2-2 one more time. And here's a ground ball. Gurriel with the stop, and here we go. The Mariners are 59-0 and leading after 8 innings. Ladies and gentlemen, it is sugar time. 3-2 Mariners. Ceremonial first pitch greeted there by Carlos Beltran. Houston legends on the scene today, and now a contemporary fireballer, Edwin Diaz, taking over, looking for the shutdown here in the ninth.
And for Edwin, just a terrific year all the way around. 57 appearances, 44 saves. That's best in the major leagues. ERA just over 2, 96 strikeouts in 57 innings. Opponents hitting 153, upper 90s fastball with a hard slider.
Mike Zunino joins the fray behind home plate. Diaz will get Gonzalez, Gurriel, and Reddick 5, 6, and 7.
This will be his 3rd appearance in this series, all 3 games.
He went 1, 2, 3 last night. Strikeout, fly out to center, strikeout. First game, strikeout, strikeout, home run, strikeout. Got a pattern?
I want to see if he can touch 100. Mike Zunino behind the plate.
Breaking ball to Gonzalez. Didn't like the call. Strike one.
It was a strike.
Diaz has struck out 44.6% of his hitters faced this season. Gonzalez 1 for 4 against him. Seager in, feet on the grass at third. Another breaking ball fouled off. Gonzalez tonight 2 strikeouts, tried to bunt his way on and grounded out to first base. Here's a pitch. 1-2.
Tried to bury the slider at his back foot, was able to do that. But Gonzalez laid off of it. It's another option too. He can go up out of the strike zone with a good fastball.
One-two pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed.
Good slider. Bottom of the zone. 89 miles an hour.
One out.
Mike set it for the slider. Swings over the top of it.
One away. Brings up Gurriel. 1 for 3. Gurriel career 0 for 4 against Diaz. Got that out of there right on his hands. 1-1.
His fastball tonight has been 96 to 98 miles an hour.
Two and one. He has 44 saves. Craig Kimbrell of Boston with 33. Here's the count going to 3-1. No free passes. Diaz ready. 3-1 pitch. Fouled off.
Just challenged him. 97 at the bottom of the zone.
He has been a sensation for the Mariner Ball Club. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Tagged by Zunino. 2 down here in the 9th.
It is so difficult to lay off of that slider. It's 3-2. He's throwing 98 miles an hour. You assume you're going to get a fastball, and this is the game changer for him. The slider down. He's not afraid to throw it. He knows that you'll probably swing at it. That's exactly what happens.
Seven strikeouts, and this is 3rd appearance. Here's Reddick. Popped it up. This is gonna do it. Seager in his glove. The Mariners have taken the first 3 games here in Houston. 3-2 final tonight. Diaz's 45th save. LeBlanc goes to 7-2. And how about this, Mike? Mariners are now 60-0 and leading after 8 innings. Hey now.
I would say that Edwin Diaz is pretty good. For Edwin, his 45th save on